Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
On Saturday night, we saw the Labor Party winning its first state election in 16 years. After this historic win, the man who has emerged as the new Premier-elect is Chris Minns, joining us now. Good morning, Premier-elect.
Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, Jonesy.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you. No, I'm over the moon. I'm really happy about it.
I was surprised how quickly it was all over.
Yeah.
I got home from the Superbikes and my wife said, it's Labor, they've done it. That was like at 8:30.
Yeah, it was pretty early. And like a lot of these things, you're thinking to yourself, have they called this too quickly? Could it reverse itself? Is this like a bad dream? But no, it was good news, yeah.
And you managed to avoid the shoey. I know you made a beautiful victory speech, and then someone said, do a shoey, and you managed to casually avoid it.
I figured that the goodwill of the election could be sort of undone in the first couple of minutes if I did a shoey. It doesn't sort of scream responsibility.
But I think as well, congratulations firstly on the victory, but your victory speech was, I was just watching saying this is the most humble but most normal, real victory speech I've ever heard.
Yeah, thanks, Jonesy. It was quick, and someone told me once that it's never been said, geez, that was a good speech, I just wish it went a bit longer. So I figure less is more. The Gettysburg Address only went for a couple of minutes or something. So.
Well, you've made some pretty big promises to nurses, to teachers, to midwives. You've said we will resuscitate our health system, fix the crisis in our schools and build things here. So you've said you're going to start doing this straight away, and people are going to wait to see results, aren't they?
Absolutely, and the voters of New South Wales, the taxpayers, pay on results. Forget about the last election, that is done, and we know we've got immediate responsibilities, particularly about cancelled and merged classes in New South Wales schools and the performance of emergency departments. I've just heard too many stories on this election campaign of people going into EDs, not getting the help they need or having to wait hours and hours. I know it's a massive hill to climb, and there are many challenges in New South Wales, but for the last 12 years we could only say, we could never do, and you can't accomplish too much with media releases. It's great to get in there and do something.
What would you say, and I read this in the paper today, some guy wrote in and said, well, right, New South Wales, we're now going to go woke and we're going to go broke. Yeah. And that seems to be something that comes up a lot. What would you say to someone like that?
Yeah, I mean, I think the way we approached the election campaign, it was very practical. We really listened to the people of this state, and I thought we were closer to ordinary Australians. I'm not trying to make that as a knock on the government, but after 12 years, you build up a lot of buffers and minders and ministerial advisors. And the key to us winning this election was that we don't have any of that. I mean, Jonesy, I've got a small staff. My MPs have got virtually no staff, at least for ministerial work. So we were speaking directly to the people of New South Wales, and we were hearing about energy prices going up and how difficult schools and hospitals were. That was the key to our success on Saturday, and I've got to keep that. So, none of us are going to have our head in the clouds or think that we're too good for the people of this state. We've got to be a very humble government, because that's how you get results.
And some of those Liberal infrastructure projects, you can't really stop those because they're going now.
That's right. Yeah, and look, we've got an ambitious infrastructure program. The contracts have been signed. We know that we have to deliver them. And the challenge here is to do it in a responsible way. Now, look, the big issue in this election campaign was rising cost of living. I know a lot of people listening at home are saying our energy bill is higher today than it's been ever. And, inflation in an economy means that you work harder and harder and harder, but you feel like you're getting further and further behind. That's the immediate responsibility of us, to make sure that we're putting downward pressure on family bills.
I liked on Sunday morning your family went to a cafe for some coffees and some hot chocolates, and your eldest son asked for a flat white, and you said, I may be the Premier, but no, you're not having coffee.
Yeah, that was one of our sons who's a stirrer. One of them peeled off and did an interview by himself, which was unscripted.
This is the Dom Perrottet T-shirt wearer?
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah. He decided that without telling us that he was going to clear the record.
He's doing his
so he gave his own impromptu media conference off on the side.
Could you see him following in your footsteps?
No, well, based on his performance so far, no.
No?
No, they're kind of interested in politics, but they're just normal kids, and we're all sort of caught up in the whirlwind at the moment, but it's Anna and my responsibility to keep home life as normal as possible as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. It must have been hell on the night when you're just sitting there. I would have gone crazy. I would have gone absolutely crazy waiting for that result to come in, because you put everything, all your eggs in that basket, and all of a sudden it just comes down to that.
It does, yeah, and you're just kind of bouncing off the walls a little bit, but I was able to clear my head and go for a long walk, and no one knew I was out of the house, and I didn't know, but I was listening to music and the odd text was coming through. But yeah, you're right, Jonesy. It's a bit nerve-wracking, and nerve-wracking for Dom as well. Like there's a lot of people, particularly on election day, it struck me that there's literally tens of thousands of people that hand out for Labor or the Liberal Party or the National Party or the Greens, and they do it because they care about their country or their state, and it's a good thing. Our democracy is strong, and we need to make sure we don't go down that American road where everybody just takes each other's heads off.
Well, and I found that I was my local polling place, and the Liberal guy and the Labor guy were sitting in little lawn chairs next to each other, and they were just like chatting away as if they were at a backyard barbecue. It was like that.
Well, they were. It's the democracy sausage.
Yeah, I know, but it's good. Like in America, where you have the nut bag left and the nut bag right.
Yes,
we don't necessarily have that here, which is and I think largely because of you and Dom Perrottet. So thank you for that as a voter.
You've got to work at it though, right? Because it's very quickly it can just tumble into personal attacks, and you question each other's motives. And one thing that I didn't do and Dom didn't do in this campaign is question why he was pursuing. I thought we should go down a different road. He put out his platform, so did I, but there was no low blows, and that's really important. There's a funny thing on polling day, the number of people that walk up to the polling booth, often husband and wives, and they've just got this ritual of cancelling each other's vote out, and then they turn around, they go walk back home again. It's just as old as Australia. It's great.
That's it.
Can we leave the last word to Anthony Albanese, who said there's going to be no filming of the consumption of the sausage. No one ever looked good eating a sausage.
You know what? You ate the sausage really well. There was a picture of you, and you've done the hand over the top. I think that's a real skill.
I think one of the journos asked me, how are you going to eat the sausage? And I said, like a normal person. I don't know how else do you do it.
Well, the Bill Shorten, remember? Poor old Bill Shorten. He was playing it like a mouthful.
He was so determined not to take it from the end. He made it look crazy.
Right. It cost him the election.
Did it? Maybe.
It cost him the election. Oh, that and his running style. But other than that...
No, that wasn't... Yes, of course.
Congratulations to you, Chris. We look forward to catching you up on the show and working with you throughout the however long you're in for.
I'll come on as much as you'll have me. It's, I love the opportunity. It was great during the campaign, and it's great to see both of you. Thanks, Jonesy. Thanks, Amanda.